Hey guys, welcome to Crap Gear Reviews. Well, sort of. I have had a lot of gear changes since the last sort of gear update I did. But at the moment I wanted to revisit one of my older guitars that I have finally done a few modifications to, and I'm at the point where I'm really happy with it. So what I've got in my hot little hands now is the Hey Stratocaster that I bought once I started taking guitar a little bit more seriously and tried to relearn pretty much everything I've forgotten in the last however long since I properly picked up the guitar and had lessons and stuff like that. The other guitar I was using at the time was terrible. It was a Legend Les Paul knockoff. Whole bunch of things wrong with it. It wasn't set up. I didn't even know that you could, about guitar setups or anything like that at the time. So I thought, you know what, no, this is going to cost too much money to fix for what it actually is. Let's get a guitar that I'm actually going to enjoy. I was looking at getting a Stratocaster anyway, or a Stratocaster type guitar. And I was trolling on eBay and I found this guy. 120 bucks, came with a gig bag, a couple of picks, a tuner, this, that, whatever, and ended up buying it. It arrived and it sounded not good. It sounded like a cheap Stratocaster style guitar. So I thought, okay, well, this will do me for now, and then I can look at doing it up. So I've been working on this guitar for the last couple of years with a friend of mine, Les Rankin, who does guitar setups and repairs and stuff like that. He operates through Les Tech Guitar Services, I think. I'm so sorry if I got that wrong, man. He did all those setups and the pickup installs and stuff like that, because the last time I sort of, played with any sort of electronics, my hair looks way more frizzy than this. And I didn't really trust myself not to fuck it up, and if I'm spending, hundreds of dollars on pickups, give it to someone who knows what they're doing. So, the configuration now for this guitar is the Damasio Air Norton S, the Damasio Chopper, and the Damasio Humbucker from Hell. The idea behind this guitar was that it was meant to closely replicate the Billy Corgan Stratocaster, which I ended up getting. But, make it, just basically an affordable version of that. So the Air Norton S is basically more or less the Damasio BC1, from what I've been reading. So I bought that. The Damasio Chopper is standard in the Billy Corgan Strat, so I had to buy that. I took a bit of a punt with the Humbucker from Hell because I didn't know what else to buy to sort of fit this cavity, and I already had the pick guard and everything. And I didn't want to have to buy another pick guard that I'll, end up chucking in. So I ended up just looking at, what else did Billy Corgan use? What else have other people used? And the Humbucker from Hell came up, and I thought, well, good enough, I'll buy that. Unlike the Billy Corgan Strat, the pickups do not have coil splitting. I didn't really get Les to configure it for that. So instead, what happens is in the second position, the pickups, in the second and fourth position, the pickups are blended. So in the second position, it blends the Air Norton S and the Chopper. In the fourth position, it blends the Chopper and the Humbucker from Hell. What I've effectively done is get all the basic tones from the Billy Corgan Strat, but then in the fifth position, it gives it just that little bit more push to cut through a mix. And almost exclusively, I've been using the Humbucker from Hell on this, on some of the recordings that I'm doing for my band. So am I happy with this guitar? Yes and no. I really wish in retrospect that I did a little bit more research and picked up, say, Yamaha Pacifica or even a low-end Fender, you know, and spend just a little bit more money for a little bit, you know, for an instrument that's a little bit better quality. The neck finish on this is not good. And I've noticed that playing with more expensive gear, I've sort of become accustomed to the major differences, like even, you know, even the neck finish on the Billy Corgan Strat that is way better than the neck finish on this. And I guess at the end of the day, it's a case of you get what you pay for. And if you want a good guitar, don't spend $120 like I did. As far as the playability and stuff like that, it plays fine. I've heard a lot of people had a few issues with Hayes guitars, and they've just been, you can't tune them properly, you can't do this, you can't do that. They're not very good guitars, and I think I lucked out in a way. Because this holds its tune. This holds its tune better than some of the other guitars I've owned, and I've really lucked out in that way. I feel, and I think that was pure dumb luck. What else can I tell you? 2 volume, 1 tone, standard Stratocaster setup. As far as the decals go, I got these off of a decal website. And it was meant to be a copy. It was meant to be the Ouija board decal from one of Kirk Hammett's guitars. I think I've said this before. I ended up removing a lot of it because it was just too busy. It was too much. And I wanted something that sort of differentiated, you know, I wanted something that I could say, yep, that's my guitar. And I wanted something on it. So I ended up removing a lot of the lettering, a lot of stuff like that. So what I've really kept is just the artwork. So you've got, you know, the moon, the sun here. I've got stuff on the back, and I've just left the 23. For some reason, I have an affinity with that number, because even people like me can get a little bit superstitious. Yeah, and I kind of like it how it is. I might remove stuff over time, but at the moment, and some of this is probably going to wear off as well. It wasn't really, I don't think I applied this that well, unfortunately. But at the moment, this is how it looks, and it looks cool. I like it. Would I recommend buying a $120 guitar and then putting $500 worth of pickups in it? Probably not. Save your money. You know, get a good piece of kit. But, you know, for something that you're just going to thrash, I don't want to recommend this guitar because it's cheapish. And I think you can do a little bit more for your money. If you are on a budget like I am, it's better than no guitar at all. That's really all I can recommend. Again, I wish I really did do my research a bit better, but, you know, it is what it is. You know, I was looking for a guitar that I could do up, and this was the one. Yeah. I'm not sure where I was going with that. I'm pretty sure this video is just going to be all rambling, but, yeah, so that's the end of that. That's the journey has ended, for this. As far as other modifications I want to do want to chuck better machine heads on it. Maybe try out some locking tuners. Apparently they're really good for tuning stability. I did want to get a better tremolo system in it, but I don't use a tremolo system anyway. What's the point? All this is here at the moment to do is hold the strings in, and it does that job reasonably well. Other modifications I wanted to do, I wanted to try out the, I think it's the Fernandez sustainer system. I wouldn't mind giving that a go. I was entertaining the idea of putting a kill switch in it, but it's like, do I really play music that requires any of these things? Probably not. Like, I'm a punk musician. there's not really much need for a kill switch or anything like that, so I don't know. I don't know what else I'm gonna do to it aside from changing machine heads out. That's happening at my earliest and at my earliest cashed up convenience. Let's put it that way. So anyway, yeah, that's my finished guitar finally. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it gave you a bit of an insight on the project, which has taken many years to finish. And catch you guys in the next one. I need to do demos. Fuck. Never ends. How do people do this for a job? Jesus. My life is so hard I have to play guitar to a camera.